That page. Okay. Welcome everyone to ZBrush Hangouts Meshed Up. My name is Spicy McLeroy, coming from you out of San Antonio, Texas. I'm here with some friends of mine, and we welcome you to Meshed Up Live. Tonight we have Ad Lazy, we got Christopher Jones, Gen 506, Highly Top Secret, Sleepy John, Leo from David Leo Art, and we got Lonnie Sargent, Nicholas from Level Dead, LVL, DEAD, and then our special guest, Kirill, Tokarev, editor-in-chief of 80 Level. Very glad to have you on the show, brother. Thank you very much for being here. So we're going to get to work, and we're going to get some questions going. And if you have any questions for our panel, and especially for Kirill, then put them in the chat, and we'll definitely get to them. All right, guys? So, Kirill, can you hear me?
Hey,
All right.
yeah, how are you guys?
Man, I'm so glad to have you here. We got a great opportunity to pick your brain and get all that information out of it. But before we do that, can we get you to let everyone know who you are, what you do, and where they can find you?
I basically run a website devoted to 3D stuff, mostly in games. So we write about 3D production, the kind of that you're using for that, and how we can apply this all in development.
All right,
The website is called 80 Level, and we are very active on Facebook. You can find us there and Twitter there.
nice, nice. And your connection's going a little bit in and out, and it's a little difficult to hear you. But basically, they write about game art, cinematic art, tutorials, um, and much, much more. And recently, you had Ken Levine from Irrational Games praise one of your articles. How was that, dude?
That was fun. That was incredible. I never thought I could read anything published, but it was nice.
What was the article about?
Um, it was about level design. So how you basically plan and organize your level design production to make it all work for the player and for the environmental artist who's gonna work on it. It was pretty in depth, and it was penned by one of the level designers, actually the senior level designer at Naughty Dog.
Oh, nice.
And she was very nice, and she did like the whole breakdown, detailed everything. Basically, basically a very nice introduction article and level design where you have so many little elements in it. It's not like back in the day when you were using I don't know like Build 3D for Duke Nukem
Mm-hmm.
tools, where you had very basic layout and very few tools at your disposal. But right now you have to carry like a lot of different things around, I guess. The like the height of the character, environment, layout, in the environment, the enemies,
Yeah,
a
and
lot of different.
yeah, and there's and I've been preaching for a little bit that it's good to have a lot of environmental work in your portfolio, just so because I mean, when it comes to most studios, they don't need as many character artists as they do environmental prop artists. And I noticed that you put a lot of information about environmental art on your on 80 level.
I can't talk about like whether studios need more environmental artists or they need more character artists, but it all depends. Depends on the project, depends on the games that they're doing. because right now character-based games are very popular. If you take, I don't know, like Overwatch or Born, the games that you worked on. So a lot of them need very high quality character art,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, there is sort of a lack of nice environment artists out there as far as I can see, because a lot of companies are going. Is that the production of those open worlds, big places,
Mm-hmm.
is getting cheaper. With tools like Real Engine, like Megascans, where you
Oh
can
yeah,
just
for sure.
fill the world in a much faster and a quicker way. And I guess there is a need for people who can do it in a very nice manner. So they can build the world, they can make it make sense, I guess, in a way,
Mm-hmm.
put some story inside of it. And not a lot of people actually do that. So yeah,
Yeah, that's great. So, what can an artist do to like promote themselves in this new environment where social media is like just everything, right? I mean, social media is now just the internet. So, like, what are some things that like people that are coming in, what they can do for their portfolios, or like how can they put themselves on the map?
I think uh, I think that you should definitely start with the basics. Is having very nice art. Have very nice art. That's a start, and
Oh
we
yeah,
can go from here. If you don't,
right.
then maybe you should wait a little bit. So don't share stuff that you're not sure about. Don't share stuff that's like work in progress. I guess it's all right if you're asking for like comments and critiques, but
Right.
if you really want to promote yourself as a professional, so I guess it's nice to have something good and nice looking on your portfolio. And once you have that, I guess you should go to like ArtStation for sure, making a nice page out there. And it's not only because ArtStation is easy to use and you can set up everything fast, but it's also a very nice tool to promote yourself because they have an algorithm that puts
Oh
out
yeah.
very nice works out there on the front page. And most of the people in the industry, I guess everybody, like art directors, headhunters, basically everyone, they are monitoring it all the time.
Oh
So
yeah. Yeah, because I
having
tell everyone, all of my students, get your art station together now and know how to use it and know how to tag and know how to, use it to your benefit.
is that a lot of artists who are has been in the industry for quite some time, they don't actually have an art station,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't have a lot of work on it because sometimes they can't share it. Sometimes it's very old. You know, when you're working for like 5 years under NDA and you cannot share anything,
Right.
that's kind of difficult to do. They don't really need an art station, but then happens and suddenly they need to promote themselves a little bit more. They sort of face this problem, don't have anything to share when they really need it. And this is another sort of important point, I guess, is try to do a lot of personal projects.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I know that artists really, uh, well, they try to practice a lot, so they do a lot of work when they are at home or during the weekends or when they're just trying to it works. So it's always nice to have some structure behind that and to have a final product.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because then you put the personal on your portfolio and it will show all the skills that you have and it will show like your taste, your capabilities with different kind of tools and so on and so forth. So this is also very important. So having personal project, I think, really helps to promote yourself.
Oh
Because
yeah.
if you have a look at some of the like most famous artists out there, like Tor Freak, for example.
Mm-hmm.
He's most famous for his personal work.
Oh yes. Yeah.
It's not. He did a lot of very nice work for games, obviously, but about him because he shares those amazing like scopes and guns and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
so once you have the personal work covered and you have your station ready, I think it's basically time to promote yourself. So, and I think the best way to do that is just be active on social media. And this is, I guess, a hard thing to do for some people because not a lot of people actually want to be active on
Right.
social media.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Social
I
media.
hear you.
Yeah, I know. I mean, and I am the person who doesn't like to be active on social media as well, but I have to because that's my job. And
Yeah, 'cause
I
if you
think
don't,
artists
if you're
should.
not on social media, you do not exist.
Hmm.
That's the world we are in. Like like 1 out of 5 searches is Facebook oriented.
I hate social media, man. I hate streaming all the time.
Keep doing the stuff I love.
Streaming
Ugh.
every day. I hate streaming like for 8 hours every day.
Yeah.
I hate
I
it.
know it's
Yeah,
like
but
But
conundrum, isn't
that's
like-
the
No,
thing.
man, I
So,
love it.
it? Feels like an easy platform, like a little application. Just like, hey, what's up? I'm gonna start the stream. Enter, and then it shares on all your social medias. That'll be great.
oh yeah, it's
Oh,
called
make-
Restream.io.
Yeah, but then you gotta post it. You gotta
Mhm.
post it on Facebook and Twitter and blah blah blah.
Oh
blah.
yeah, it takes a little bit of work and
I
move your
hate
fingers
work.
a little bit.
I'll take care. I'll take care of that for you, Ad,
Yeah.
for a little small fee.
Hey, we
I'll
can
take
work
care
that
of
out,
for you,
dude.
man.
So Kirill, what are some
Make it
of the
happen,
most
bro.
what are some of the most effective ways you've seen people reach your audience on social media?
I really like the comment about streaming because I know a lot of guys do very nice streams.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing
Oh,
is that
thanks,
a lot
man.
of people
Appreciate
don't know about them.
Oh, you
of
know
the
me?
people don't like have an idea that you're doing a stream like today or yesterday, even though you try to promote it and do stuff like that. So I think it should work not like one thing that you do, but it should be like a complex of things that you're doing. So you have to treat it as work, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's not just
Yeah.
having fun and leaving like funny gifs in the comments or stuff like that. Unfortunately, you have to work very hard to put your name out there. And one of the best ways to start, I think, is Facebook and Twitter. I think it's easier because basically all you have to do is try try to get try to master hashtags and try to get your audience growing a little bit. It
What do you
is
mean when you say master hashtags? Can you expand on
well,
that a bit?
you have to use some specific hashtags for whatever work you're using.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sharing, right? So if you're in game development, then probably game dev, indie dev, those hashtags. But you can Google it, like it's not like a secret
yeah.
knowledge or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I think finding the right hashtag for your work really helps. And the other thing is that you shouldn't be afraid to share others' works.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I always think about Twitter in a way that it's just should be a cool place to see cool stuff, right? So when I go on your Twitter or you go on mine, you want to see some interesting stuff there. Obviously, you cannot do this. You can't just slave like for hundreds of hours putting up new thoughts like every day, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of stuff out there, so you can retweet somebody's work. You can just post some interesting reference that you found during your Google search or whatever.
It's just basically
That
bringing
is
value
fun.
for free.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the mean. So find something that is interesting for the audience. So you should treat it as almost like a media.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so Twitter is kind of tricky, but I think it has more potential than Facebook, but then because you have a lot of this ability to go viral. Sometimes just a simple post or a simple GIF or a simple video can attract a lot of attention in like in a matter of seconds or minutes,
Right.
Word.
and that'll
You said Twitter or Facebook?
Make me a
Facebook.
celebrity overnight.
Nice.
Twitter.
Mm.
But then again, Facebook is also a very nice place because Facebook has groups, which is probably the best thing about Facebook. And there
So,
is a lot of art groups out there.
so what? How
Because
how would someone use Facebook, to their benefit from like it's just them and it's just their artwork. They've got artwork they're proud of, and what do they do?
well, I think the most obvious way to go to like 10,000 hours, so 10,000 10K hours, I think groups called,
Mm-hmm.
and it's one of the biggest places where people share all kind of stuff they're working on. Another nice one is Level Up, but Level Up is a little bit trickier because sometimes you have to show progress. Like for example, the things that I've been doing 5 years ago, and here are the things that I'm doing right now.
Right.
And you have to compare like two images. But to have huge amount of readers out there and subscribers, and it's very easy to get clicks. But sometimes it happens when you're super ready, when you think nice artwork, and you upload it all on Facebook, and you get like one like
Right.
from me.
That's for your mom. I know.
Yeah, because I like a lot of stuff on Facebook, and probably my like is everywhere.
Oh
But
yeah.
the thing is that um, you have to you have to understand that it doesn't work like instantly. It won't happen overnight.
Absolutely.
So probably you have to do those posts regularly for some time, and you have to treat them in a way like advertising. So you have to think about them and like would it be interesting to see this picture on my feed? Would I click it? You know,
Right.
to stop to like look at it. And I know it's sort of controversial, and you don't want to really make your art too flashy, and you don't want to turn it all into an ad or something like that. But the harsh reality is that we have to prepare art for social media, and we have to find certain images that look nice, like on a mobile phone,
Yeah, you have
and
to keep that
have
in mind. We're in that world now where, it's like you have to present it on, you can't have a picture and present it on all platforms. You have to go to each platform and create
It's all about the
content
initial
for that
read.
specific platform. And because like you can't blanket it. It's just not as effective.
the same thing everywhere. Nobody's gonna watch. I mean, people is gonna see it like for once, and then they're just gonna block it or just gonna scroll through. So, yeah, I think you have to be very specific about different social medias. Uh, so if you go on Twitter, maybe you can try GIF,
Mm-hmm.
GIF, or how it's pronounced, I don't know. And
Yep.
on
The jive.
Facebook,
Yeah.
you should go with nice images or something like that.
Hmm.
You know, also Instagram is a very nice place to show your art.
Oh, absolutely. Hmm.
I know artists hate Instagram because it's all about selfies and food and so on and so forth. But there is a lot of artists who are where there is a community there. So I think it's still nice to be present
Yeah.
at that platform.
Yeah, and I find like a lot of artists are very reluctant to try new platforms when they could be pioneers in it instead of just like late adapters or even early adapters. Like if they can figure out how to get on Snapchat and get the 14 to 25-year-old demographic and inspire them to do CG when no one else wants to do it, I think is extremely valuable.
Yeah, and I also think it depends on what kind of goal are you pursuing. So if you're just interested in sharing your name, or if you're looking for, students, or if you want to get a better job, it all depends. Because sometimes to work with a company like, I don't know, like Sony Santa Monica, you probably need to go on LinkedIn, get
Right.
friendly with their HR people there, and share some of the awesome stuff that you did. And if you want to be more of a teacher, and probably you can try Snapchat, or you can try some other places where young students are working on, or maybe some forums like Polycount, for example, when people are looking for help there.
Right.
And let's not forget the interlude where you can actually also share a lot of your work and talk about it, and we also share it on social media and try to cover as many artists as possible. So everybody is welcome.
Right. Well, thank you for that information, man. It's so great to have you here,
So
brother.
much.
I know, man. We're gonna give your
No,
voice a
so I
rest
got
because I
right
know,
now.
I know
Thanks
you're
for having me.
recovering right now. But Ad, why aren't you sharing your screen, dude?
Sorry,
What's he
I'll be
doing?
showing in a second.
Alrighty, we'll move on. Chris
Too much
Jones,
porn
Mhm.
right
let
now.
everybody know who you are, where they can find you, and what you do, man.
Well, well, my name is Chris Jones. Just I usually do characters, but I do other things. But I like characters; they're fun. It helps me unwind and stuff like that after a long day of work.
Right?
But I do have. But you can find me on like most social media sites: Facebook, ArtStation, yada yada. If you look for Facebook, my name is Christopher Jones. I probably want to change that because if I need to get found out, that's not a good name to get found out.
But
There's so many.
you're the
But
best one, though. That's what I heard.
oh, damn right I am.
Alright,
No lie. But
alright.
yeah, and my art station is under same name, but or under Pac-Man King. That's the alias I go by. So yeah, I do characters. I can do other stuff, but
Nice, dude. Nice.
I do what I do.
And then we have Jin,
So
506. How you doing tonight, brother?
what's the
Pretty
506
cool.
mean anyway?
Yeah, what is that 506?
It's just a random number. Doesn't
Don't
Area
have
know.
much
code.
meaning.
Area code. That was an area
We
code.
know where he
Just a
lives
human
now.
component.
Found out.
Yeah,
Yeah, we know
I
it's an
also
area
do
code.
like characters and stuff like that. Mostly focus on either fantasy, science fiction, horror. Really depends. And yeah, you can find me pretty much anywhere as Jin506, either ArtStation, Instagram, Facebook. Um, and yeah, I'm open for freelance or whatever.
Or
Hey
love.
man.
I mean, he's down for love too, you know.
Oh yeah.
So it's all
And yeah,
good.
that's pretty much me. I'm gonna be working on this guy. That's from Dishonored.
Oh, nice.
It's like a guard robot kind of dude. And yeah, I really like him, so I'm gonna try to do something with that.
Nice, brother. And then we have
Also.
Hiram Tepete. How you doing tonight, brother?
Oh, doing good, Ron. Thanks for
Let
asking.
him know who you are, what you do, where they can find you, brother.
Name's Hiram Topete. Find me on my art page, Highly Top Secret CG, or you can find me on Art Station, Highly Top Secret, or you can find me in the ZBrush Hangout anytime throughout the whole day. So if you ever have any questions right there, you come in and hang out with us. What I do currently doing right now, I'm doing a lot of parts for 3D printing. Getting a lot of work that's basically for 3D printing. So if anybody interested and want to get a print out there for 3D print, hit me up.
There you go. There you go. And Jonathan Riley,
What up?
you are
Hey,
there.
John.
You
Yeah,
are
I
there.
got coffee. I got coffee, so I'm happy now.
Nice. So let everybody know who you are, what you do so very well, and where they can find you.
I'm Jonathan Riley. I texture things.
Very well.
You can find me. I texturize things. Yeah, tenderize them, texturize them.
Get out of here.
No, I do PBR texturing and a bit of 3D modeling, and you can find me at ArtStation Oblique.
There you go. There you go. And then we have the wonderful Leo David Art. Let everybody know who you are, what you do, where they can find you, brother.
Hi, everybody. Leo. I am a freelance concept artist, illustrator, 3D modeler, and sculptor.
Ooh,
Uh,
a
And
Renaissance man.
I can be found in ArtStation under Leo JR and in Patreon, Facebook, Twitter, and a bunch of other stuff under Thunderstorm Art.
Now,
Also at
I'm really digging this
thunderstormart.com.
image you got right here. Talk to us about this one, dude.
Oh, so I was just playing around with new technique today, and just I don't know, just having fun really. So jumped in, got that done in about an hour or two. Been working on it, but actually I'm gonna be applying that same coloring technique onto the other piece of art that I started here, which is this one.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really, really, really liking Paintstorm's blending brushes. I really love the feel they're giving me, and I'm gonna explore that further with my next few pieces.
Nice, dude. Yeah, it's a beautiful piece, man. It's looking good.
Thanks, man.
Good, yeah. And Lonnie, can you let everybody know who you are, what you do, where they can find you, brother?
Don't worry, he disappeared.
Oh,
Yo, I'm
there
here.
he is. There he is.
How's it going?
What's going on, brother?
Not much. Not much. I just put some links in the notepad.
Oh.
I make creatures, monsters, you name it, demons, devils, everything in between, horror, fantasy, science fiction.
Can you get closer to the mic?
This better?
Little.
It's probably my mic settings.
Oh, okay.
Is that
All
any
right.
better?
Yeah, it's a little bit better. Yeah, where can they find you?
You can find me on ArtStation. You can find me on Facebook. Let's put the links in the chat.
There you go. So I will post that in the chat. And then last, but definitely in no way least, Nicolas of Callow. Can you let everybody know who you are, what you do, and where they can find you, brother?
Sure thing. My name is Nick Callow, and I do a lot of different things. Mainly focus on characters. Right now I'm focusing on character concept art. We'll be shifting into environment concept art. So currently I'm a freelance concept artist. I go by the name Level Dead on all social media, so LVL Dead. You can find me on Twitch, ArtStation. My personal site is my first initial and last name. And yeah, so you can find me anywhere and everywhere pretty much. I try for high visibility.
Oh, guys. So that is the panel. So I'm going to open it up to questions from the audience. You do have Kirill, Tokarev, editor-in-chief of 80 Level here to give you lots of knowledge. So I definitely want to see a lot of questions in the comments. Let us know how we can help you. But for right now, I'm just going to open it up to the panel. Do y'all have any questions for Kirill?
You do? I'm trying to think because there's one thing I was wanting to ask you, but I'm trying to remember what it was. Because I read a couple of the articles and I like the articles. I learned a bit from because I've been trying to understand how to do Unreal skin shaders because I want to try doing that because I haven't touched Unreal in a long time. Well, long enough so I'm kind of stupid in it. But Because latest Unreal I think was Unreal, not 4, Unreal 3. It was like some years ago, but I haven't touched the new one really. I dabbled with it, but I haven't really touched the node shaders. But then I read one of your articles. I said I probably should get back onto it because it looks really nice. I think it's the one with Thundercloud Studio. I think that's you did an article with that one, right?
Oh yeah, about the like a stylized skin shader, right?
Yeah, that's one I was trying to actually figure out.
Yeah, that guy
So,
is amazing.
Oh yeah, he is. I've been following him, and I've been wanting to figure out how he does it. Well, I probably should, but then again, I probably should get started on learning how to do the Unreal stuff. So,
Oh yeah, Unreal is becoming
I think
more.
you should
It's like a is like a s- like a standard like ZBrush is.
All right. Yeah.
well, it's like a catch me all kind of deal, but and
Jen, you had a question for Kirill?
Yeah, I was thinking, like I'm sure there are a lot of viewers right now are wondering like how to handle the emotional side of what's the artistic life. Uh, so what would you say is a cool like overall statement that you could have for someone who's struggling, like trying to learn or trying to get in the um, getting better at being an artist?
So again, what is the question? I'm sorry.
Um, for the emotional side of being an artist, what would you say is the best recommendations to have? Have either you're
man.
struggling with a sculpt or either you're not learning as fast or as much as you want,
I think the best advice I could give is don't get emotional. You know,
Right.
do not get
because
attached.
I think everybody's going through the same process. Everybody's learning, and even guys who've been working like for 20 years in the industry, they're still learning all the time. You just gotta give it time. Give it time and be persistent, and I think everything's gonna be fine. Because if you're not persistent and you don't give it time, then you probably don't want to do this, like
Right.
in the long term. Into it,
That's very
then
good.
Here's the advice right here.
Right. I'll read that on your screen.
Oh boy. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. Did you guys ever think about the fact that like if you're truly like really in love with this industry, right? And you like learning stuff, and you especially like this industry because you never stop learning. Do you ever think like, what if you get old and you're on your deathbed and you're like, oh, I really want to finish that tutorial. Oh,
Just one more article.
the worst
That's
feeling
just
ever.
you.
All right.
How do you know?
Is it? Yeah, that's just only me. But
That's true, man. That's very nice.
Should I do that right now?
see ya.
Yeah.
That's good.
Oh man.
So, Kirill, where should someone start on the net or in real life to start networking?
oh man,
Here.
Yeah, I think streams help a lot. I think you should go on social media, and groups also help a lot to get, some comments on your work, get some general ideas and what's good and what's not. And poly count also works.
Mm-hmm.
I heard a lot of people complaining about it because it used to be a very super professional platform. Right now, there are a lot of noobs there. But
Oh, people
The
are
new gen.
trying.
I'm not doing that.
I think you should still do it. I think it's still a nice place to meet new people, to see their work. I guess those are like the main areas where you can go.
I mean, I haven't heard that Polycount like this was strictly for noobs or stuff like that. Well, I can't understand why, because people want to
it's more
start
educational platform.
they heard like, oh, Polycount's the place where everybody gets looked at, so I'll post everything I
everybody's gonna
have
flood
here.
there. Yeah.
A lot of
Maybe-
times in,
Maybe
in
like the
schools,
pros. Maybe like the pros moved out. You know, like moved on.
a lot of times in the schools, that's when we're told to go to Polycount. You know, that's where all professionals get critiques. So you have a lot of those students that are going there who are posting, who are, you know, just looking for people to reach out to them and basically tear their stuff apart to see if they can survive getting critiqued.
Right.
That actually seems like what happened.
So
But
it could be
there's
something that's consistently
No.
going on, and that's why they view it as that now, because there's a lot of schools that the teachers will be the ones perusing, you know, Polycount, and then they'll be like, well, this is where I go, so you should definitely go there as well. So
Yeah, I
But
tell all
without
my
the
students
real
get a
context,
art
they-
station.
yeah,
It's like the trial to becoming a mature artist.
Mm.
Yeah, you gotta
I'm not
survive.
sure.
It's like Sparta in there, you know.
Mm.
Your lighting sucks. Your form is shit.
is that a male or a female? Because it looks like a dog to me.
Male or female? And you're like, I'm sorry, I don't see gender.
You're about to right now. Let's see. There we go. Oh man, but yeah. I mean, there's Polycount, and there's what's the thing? I think after I think from the recent stuff, I think they're doing more 3D forms and stuff like that over their website. So that's another place people can go to for form help. But that's a lot mainly 2D work or concept driven. So
Because I remember back in the day there was conceptart.org. That was a really
Oh, yeah.
cool site. Is that still around?
It is there. But it's like a graveyard.
is it?
Thanks.
It's like a graveyard.
You know what? We can solve this by Googling. So
There you go.
I don't know why we had to question this. Concept art.
Man, also, Jen, I really like what you're doing there, dude.
Oh yeah, cool man. Yeah,
I like,
this,
the fact that, I like the fact that you set your proportions first, you know, and then you go in.
Thanks,
I
man.
see a lot of artists just starting with like the head or something, and that's like, why? Just,
yeah, that's true.
proportions first.
Thank you, man.
Noob Central, man. Noob Central.
Yeah, they do a lot of detail on the head, you know, or the shoulders or something, and then they're like, my willpower is exhausted. I can never finish a character.
Are there a tutorial website now? If that's what they are.
Is that what they're selling?
Testimonials, jobs, forms. It feels like they're a workshop website for concept artists.
So Kirill, what got you what happened and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna name this thing 80 level and I'm gonna make it a site where all these, like, what was the epiphany or the moment or what drove you to create 80 level?
So we didn't start from the beginning to write about like 3D stuff. So at first we did basically a website for game developers in general.
Mm-hmm.
And we wrote about different kind of things like services, like servers, like multiplayer, something like scripts and stuff like that. So a lot of all over the place, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
But I was never very interested in that kind of thing. So I was more looking in the territory of environmental art. been a fan of this like for a while, and I've been working as a as a game journalist for a lot of magazines in Russia and in Ukraine.
Oh, nice.
I was always promoting this topic, so I was always talking about environmental art, about the architecture in games, how it's important for the narrative, and stuff about that one. And I thought, well, maybe we should, dwell about this topic a little bit more, go into some details. Unfortunately enough, I met a couple of artists from Blizzard and some very talented young guys who were doing projects with Unreal. And we started doing interviews. So we talked about what their workflow, how they use ZBrush, how they use Substance Painter, how they implement it all into Unreal Scene, how do they set up the lighting. So basically, a lot of those general questions about how they do things here, how they do there, And to my surprise, it was successful. And everybody was interested in the workflow. Everybody was interested to learn about new tools and how to make them work in your. And especially when people from Blizzard are sharing their techniques, it's always nice.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I just, it doesn't happen very often, unfortunately, but still we try. Yeah, and I guess this is how we started doing it. So we started to do more about characters, we do more about like textures, and right now we try to talk more about just general technology, what kind of new tools you're going to have in the future, what are like the general outlooks of the industry, what's going to change, what's going to stay the same, and so on and so forth.
So how would someone get their workflow, video, artwork, etc. on 80 level?
Now, how do you get it on 80 level? Well, it's pretty easy. You just shoot an email. There's our emails in there in the contact section on the website. And you just send over the link and maybe a couple of words about yourself and your work. And it's very simple. So if you submit some very nice work, I really am the first to answer and to send you maybe some questions or clarifications.
Right.
Because it's not like up to our standards, or it's a beginner work, we probably will not feature it.
So can you talk about what your
I'm just saying that it's not because I want. Yeah, I said I don't want to like feature everybody. I want to feature everybody. In the first place, and in the second place, I need to think about the reader, the audience. So if the audience is very demanding and they want to see something of a higher quality,
right?
Nobody really wants to know which stuff wants to do high level. So I guess that's it. But I would say that during these 3 years, we had very few poor submissions. Most of the submissions are top notch.
Nice. So what goes into a top notch like submission besides artwork, of course?
Well, to my understanding, it should be like a completed piece. You know, what I mean by completed piece is something that has some kind of idea, that has maybe a little bit of a narrative, that is performed in a very nice level, that is rendered in a very nice way, and it has nice lights, nice shaders. You know, everything is top notch. So I think that would be like a perfect scene for me, or like a character art or anything. So to see the artist really cares about it, really wants to push, the best. One.
Oh, you're breaking up on that last part.
Sorry, can you
Almost can hear you.
Yeah.
Again, is not very good today. Actually, it's always bad. Yeah,
Okay.
so like I was saying, so to see the game again, for example,
It's a little better. Yeah. He's gonna try re-entering. So Leo, what are we working on here?
I'm just continuing trying out the pieces I worked on a couple of shows ago. I think he's back.
Oh, Kirill is back.
Welcome back. 3, 2, 1.
Welcome.
3, 2,
3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3.
5 to 7.
2, 3, back in session. Let's do this. Let's do this. One of the days. Commercial.
Commercial break.
Brought to you. 5, 3, 2,
We
1.
trying to sell
Blast
that.
off.
We need Foster for commercial
What that
breaks,
is?
guys.
Yeah,
Oh,
we need
yeah.
you need like a sponsored or a commercial anything like that, Ron.
Oh, that's
Get
right.
it right. You
Yep.
know what
Yeah,
I
we
mean?
need a sponsor.
Really?
Hint,
You want
hint.
sponsor?
Yeah, this is
Yeah, so
sponsored
that's-
by certified fosterized Robert
Cool.
Foster.
So,
So,
Yeah, because he's paying us all
so
dividends.
3% piece.
All 3%.
No,
we get up, go get your
Sure.
and you bag popcorn. You know what I mean?
We need to make certified fosterized a thing in the CG industry.
Oh yeah.
No, we don't.
Could be a
All
stamp
round,
of
yeah.
approval.
Is your model good enough? Yeah, it's certified fosterized.
Oh, yeah.
Like a
Textures?
little Foster, make a little
Yeah.
Foster bag.
like a Foster poster.
All right.
That's
And
his bill, man.
Got some honey.
Kirill, we got you back yet? I think Kirill's internet is going in and out today, but I think we can get him.
I mean, I could keep talking about what I'm doing.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
there you go.
We all can keep
Yeah,
going.
yeah, Leo. So go back to what you're talking about. What's going on over here, dude?
So you remember me working on the line work for this. So I decided to throw some values in there and start thinking in terms of colors, silhouettes. We were talking at some point. I don't remember if it was on the show or not about some composition and stuff. This piece particularly, I want to have the villain, the antagonist, very prominent, very imposing. So I'm kind of doing like a worm's eye view up at that villain, and they have this scare monster that they're controlling, and they have the little horde coming towards our protagonist.
Oh yeah, dude. It's looking epic.
I hope so. I hope it will be. That's what I'm going for.
So why not widescreen? Why not 21 by 9 or something like that?
Yeah, why not? It would have been nice like that.
Yeah, dude.
Why
Why'd you do that, dude?
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I had it at widescreen, and I found that I had a lot of wasted space, and so I decided to go for like less is more here. So I started cropping and wearing it, but if you want, we can play around with it. If you
Well,
think
you know
that
what?
would help.
You can always go bigger, man. That's all. The fun thing with digital, you can always go big.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
It's not so much the size as the aspect ratio.
It's how you use it, you know.
I know. Yeah. There you go. See,
I'm
ad
wondering.
gets me.
I was wondering
You
if
get me?
somebody was going to take it there.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
What do you
Not
think?
hurtful
You don't think this is gonna convey the ethic enough?
What's that?
You think it should
What?
be wider?
Always.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I feel like it's too
Well,
squished in. You know what I mean? Too
Mm.
compressed
Be
in.
nice and thick.
well, let's try. Let's try. Let's see what happens.
Let's see what
Let's
happens.
see what happens. Let me just save this before I start playing with it. Taking all those questionable advices from you.
Mm.
Questionable. The best advice you're ever gonna get. Henceforth, on hindsight, you probably shouldn't listen to either one of them. But anyway,
But anyway,
Yes, it looks like
Hopefully-
Kirill's internet is officially down.
Oh,
Officially
Or-
down. So all y'all that had those questions in there.
Oh,
I had
Sorry
so
about
many
that,
questions.
man, I wrote up like 30 questions.
Mm.
I had
yeah,
60.
like 50.
Ooh, he's
Or-
upstaging
You wanna
you.
Maybe you would know those answers, Ron. What do you think?
Well, maybe I do, man. Why don't y'all ask me questions?
Tell me about the modern pipeline for environment art in the game industry. Go.
And it's amazing, and you just hire someone that can do it. Okay.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Perfect.
All right. Well, if those are just joining us, thank you very much for watching.
No, we will be washing soon.
Oh yes,
Don't worry
that
about it.
too.
Mm-mm-mm.
Meshed Up Live here on ZBrush Hangout. Make sure you
Yeah,
pretty meshed up, man.
like the page ZBrush Hangout, and also join our Facebook page ZB Ho Club. Ad. Talk to us
Yo.
about your first gig in the industry,
Made
Like,
love to a strange woman.
dude.
And that woman gave him the lifetime achievement of being in the 3D industry.
it actually was a woman.
It wasn't. Don't lie to me. We
Yeah,
know.
it
We
was,
know. We know
I
we
had to
were
make
talking.
I had to make a model for I think a London a client from London. This is basically after I quit my job because I worked for 1 year as a 3D lead in a
Mhm.
little company, and then I quit my job because at heart I was a concept artist, and no, but seriously, it was awful. Like I used to every day after work, I used to try to model and stuff, and I was too tired. I used to like fall asleep on my Cintiq, like. Yeah.
So
and
that's
then
where
I
your
was
last
like,
name
I was-
came from?
Here we
After
got
like,
Frederick Lynn in the
like
house.
after like a couple of months of doing that,
Mm-hmm.
I was so angry because I felt like I wasn't progressing. I was like, no, screw this shit, and then I started making plans to quit. So yeah, I found this client, and he wanted me to rig and
Well, that was a she this time, huh?
animate. What?
At least it was a she.
No. The model was a she.
Oh,
Oh.
can you?
Yeah, and he wanted me to animate and model and prepare for the Unreal Engine with subsurface scattering and all that good stuff for skin, and also wanted me to animate her face and a lot of stuff. And it wasn't that much of a challenge, but it was kind of hard to stay focused because, well, literally, I had to model her completely naked with
So
all
it
you
was
the
a
nervous
porno
about
game.
that?
All right.
with all the details and all the right parts.
Oh, I know what game you're talking about. Cool.
No, you don't, because this was actually for a fashion application.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah,
But-
yeah.
but they
that's what
wanted-
said.
But they wanted all the details so that if they put like semi-transparent clothes or something to get that little hint,
So what did
of
they
like
have
an
you do on it?
model the girl, the character,
Nice.
basically. Yeah. Model and texture and rig and set up materials for Unreal,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like really realistic type of stuff. So
Nice.
that was my first gig, I think. After that, I was like, you know what, this was very tedious and whatever. So then I just started making like robots and interesting characters that, take the load off because you're doing something that you're excited about.
Nice.
Mhm.
Good gig, man. Good gig. I wouldn't have taken that gig. I've been like, oh, check. No, thank you. I will not do
I
that.
wouldn't have either. I wouldn't have either, but I was desperate. I wanted to get out of my job, and this was a good paying gig. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I need the money. I need the work. So
The anatomy practice, never hurts.
yeah, well, I was actually doing. I spoke with this client for 2 weeks before I quit my job, and I started working on it. And in those 2 weeks, like almost daily, I would try to be as chill as possible at work, so I wouldn't get tired. So when I got home, I started doing anatomy tests and
All
stuff.
right.
Yeah, I basically I just needed to like like sort of like remember because I did a lot of anatomy studies before that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
All right, everybody.
I
So,
forgot it.
so
yeah.
we have another special guest that came in. Frederick Lynn, Mino Abdat.
Hey Fred.
And you're muted, and he's rendering right now. So, I can't talk. Oh, whatever, dude. Just mute yourself. Whatever.
I'm sorry.
Whatever, dude. Whatever.
Are you sorry? Are you sorry?
Sorry, like, I'm gonna have that.
So, Fred, let everyone
Hey,
out
you
there
guys, how's it
know
going?
who you are,
What's up, Ray?
what you do, what you've done, and where they can find
My name is Frederick Lynn. I'm a lighting artist, a visual effects lighting artist. I've worked at MPC, Sony ImageWorks, and I'm currently working at Rising Sun Pictures.
you.
I know.
Nice. So, if you definitely have questions about what it takes to get things on the big screen and having them look good, Frederick's your man. So,
Or
if you have any
Elise
questions,
that
just put them in
man.
the chat. There you go. So, what are you working on, friend? What is this?
Just my little test bed kind of thing I'm working on right now is just fooling around with the shaders in Arnold. Then I'm going to do the same thing in Render Man right after.
And see what the
just
difference is?
appease my curiosity.
I did a test the other day with a gold texture, and you can get the exact same result from RenderMan and ArnoldMan.
Yeah, I mean metals are always like easy. I always try to go for something with subsurface just to see the extra calculation.
Oh, the subsurface is quite different between the two. Have you watched the video? There's a good video on CG Meetup that it goes through about 15 different renders and shows you every difference.
Yeah,
wow.
I saw that one. But sometimes, like doing it yourself, you figure out like certain things that maybe the person didn't like explain. You didn't really fully grasp something. You get it when you learn it. Like when you see it yourself, you actually grasp doing it better.
Why not go?
Always both. That's always
Oh.
the answer.
Yeah, that's what I like try it and then I watch a video and I try it without watching the video and I do it with watching a video because I didn't learn anything. So
Yeah. Definitely. That's my process.
That's the best way. Yeah. Time consuming.
Alright, how are we killing this?
Yeah. Keep looking at Jin. Oh my god, I love that bottle, man.
Oh yeah.
Thanks, man.
This is really fun to do, man.
What are you doing that for? Does it have like just a?
No, no purpose. Yeah. Just
No purpose. Just
if you make that really nice with UVs and rigging and stuff, I can help you put it on reel.
He's tricking you, dude.
Sure, man.
He's tricking you, man. Don't fall for it, man.
Does it got
take your idea, man.
I do want to learn how to try that.
So, Jen,
You like this one?
Jen, you've been sculpting for about 4 years, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and
Serious.
so
before that,
Go ahead.
3ds Max. Sorry to cut you off.
Oh, no worries, no worries. So can you talk about like the amount of uh, work that puts in the work that you put in um, daily, weekly, or just your thought process behind why you even work as much as you do?
Mm, well, for the most part, I'm never too happy about. I always feel like I could do better. At some
Mm-hmm.
instances. That's
Mm-hmm.
why I sometimes take like double or maybe triple or way more time that I should have on some pretty much anything I do. Because it's not that I'm perfectionist. I just want to do the best I can,
Mm-hmm.
and the best you can is probably gonna take 2 or 3 tries to get it right.
Yeah, that's the definition of perfectionist, by the way.
I'm not a perfectionist, but I just love everything to be perfect.
Right. that makes sense to me. I don't know.
But,
You know,
but
the thing about
I mean,
that is that there's never perfection in art.
oh yeah, it's
Oh,
only
yeah.
you just stop working on it. It's
You
never
stop
done.
working on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You'll
that's a
always,
nice,
you'll always want to
nice
work
way
on
to
it.
put it.
Yeah. So you're currently going to
Broke,
university, and
Yeah, I'm finishing what is
and
it? Illustration.
like within your class, I guess. I mean, you see a lot of people. Um, is everybody putting in the same amount of work as you?
Oh no, not at all.
Mm.
I'm not trying to be like I'm so amazing or whatever, but yeah, it's just hard for people to see the end goal. But I think it's hard for people to see that someday you could be doing this,
Mm-hmm.
and
I
it's
think
not.
everyone
Yeah, sorry.
in college is like is on a cruising speed, and Jin's shit is turned up to 11. He's like, I want to fucking do this.
Yeah, it's just I had I wasn't happy with how things were at the college. I think a lot of this grew as well from me not being what is it, like interested in the subjects that were in college.
Mm-hmm.
You get bored sometimes, and then all that time you could use on say finishing stuff for college. I just applied it to 3D because that was what I was interested at the time.
Right.
And yeah, all of that just builds up. You just one day you realize you can do it, and it's
One day.
mind blowing.
One day you just realize, hey, I'm the shit. Okay,
Right.
let's do this.
So on the panel, like, what do people like? I really want people to know that you have to do work. You can't just like think
yeah.
it or wish
I
it
wanna-
or
I wanna
want
say,
it.
I can
You
tell you
have
this
to
much.
work.
Hey,
And so
Rod,
like
Rod, I
like
wanna
what are y'all
do-
sacrificing? What are y'all like?
I can tell you this much, right? I left Jamaica to follow my own dreams, and then afterwards, when I got into school, right, it's the hardest I've ever worked in my entire life just to get a start.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Like, period.
Um,
That's very inspiring.
3 days
I
no
wanted to-
sleep just to get one stuff done, one project done. Like 4 days non-stop for like 3 months. You're working constantly to push yourself further, and then like the school only teaches you to point to like say B, and you have to go to Z. So
Mm-hmm.
they only give you the breadcrumbs for the start. You have to push yourself all the way down
Yeah.
just to get going.
Yeah.
You gotta take matters into your own hands.
I
Yeah, you do.
also left Jamaica to follow my dream. And I
Yeah,
completely-
man. Yeah, I feel it.
I 100% agree with you in terms of like school gives you just that little bit. Like the school I went to gives you just enough to kind of know you're going to be a jack of all trades in a sense of like the basics, but it's up to you afterwards to really realize. Like it felt like right when I got out of school, I just got punched in the gut by like 7 different boxers that were standing outside the door, because then it was like, wait a second, this school didn't push me any further into a career. It's just knowledge that's there, but you have to be the one to actually apply it. You have to be the one to sit there day in, day out and just draw or to sculpt, and then, keep posting, keep your social media rolling, keep people interested in what you're doing.
Man, I remember when I was like going through, man, it was tough. It was extreme. And even after school, I look back at my work and I was like, man, because during that time you learn so much, because I learned a lot from the guys I went to school with. Like there was like 6 of us that pretty much like band together and we just pushed each other to learn more. Keep learning,
Yeah, that's really cool, man.
keep learning. And then when I found out more about the online environment, it just kept growing more and more and more and more and more. That's why I still hang around I run,
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
That's what
bad
ZBrush. That's what
influences.
ZBrush Hangout is all about, dude. Because like
Yeah.
you work alone, like a lot of the time, and there's Polycount, there's ZBrush Hangout, there's ZBrush workshops. There's all these things, but I can only speak for ZBrush Hangout, and it is all about getting better and having other people help and push you to that goal, right? Because like people get, uh, they come in, they show that they're not really serious, and we push them out because we don't have time for that type of stuff, because everyone in ZBHO is really trying to be.
We
the
don't have
best.
that.
Yeah, me don't have that time.
We don't have that. No, no time for that.
We don't have that.
No, you can tell when somebody's serious about it. I mean,
Oh yeah.
because then, as an artist, you're helping them, pushing them along too. Because when they learn something, you're gonna learn something along right beside them.
Absolutely.
Because sometimes you teaching them something, and then he grasps another way, and then he explains it to you in that way.
And you're like, yeah.
And then you're like, wait, I could try it that way with something over here and get something totally different.
Mm.
So it's
Yeah,
to get,
go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, he's rendering.
Oh,
I wanted to comment on. I wanted to comment on what Jin was saying.
Yeah, sure.
So that's kind of like sort of what happened to me too. Like I was completely unsatisfied with what I was learning at school. I went to industrial design, and yeah, they were pretty outdated, and it seemed like all the kids were just there. Oh, just college, dude. It's fun. And I'm like, dude, I'm here to, like, yeah, exactly. And at one point, I was like, wait a minute, these guys are gonna get out and they're gonna sell burgers, right?
Right.
Again.
And that was
And
like
there's
in my
nothing
first
wrong
year.
with that. But
And
if your
they're-
goal is to do something else, then
Yeah, that was my first year, and I was like, wait, I can't spend time just hanging out and chilling with these guys. I need to fucking work. And, and then I started quitting school to stay home and study,
remember
practice,
that.
and do silhouette and draw and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's literally, it's good that a lot of people don't realize that there comes that time where you gotta take matters into your own hand, right? So like, if you learn something in school, you better go home. Like if it's something that interests you, you better go home and practice that. Like really make it your own,
Yeah, and
Like-
apply it to something that you actually enjoy doing. Because that's where I find I learn the most. Like if if I got a Sculpito, obviously Batman, then if there's a tutorial that's going to help me do that, or give me some type of skill, then that's where I will apply that lesson. Just because it will stick with me better that way.
Yeah, that's very good.
Yep.
Yeah, I also want to say it's not that I went to art school. Just it wasn't my first choice. First,
it wasn't my
first
first.
I wanted to become a system engineer, and I totally failed at it. And so I had like a pressing, a guilty feeling because of it. Of wasting all that time in system engineering, and then I was again wasting all that time in art school where I wasn't learning much. And so, I just had to take it upon my own, to learn and to figure all this out. No, because it wasn't a grandiose kind of thing. It was, I can't be doing this for much longer, or I'm not gonna get a job. I'm not gonna be doing what I want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
Well, I
like
think
school isn't to give you every single answer you need to become an amazing artist. It's just an environment, access, to lectures and networking.
Um,
Yeah.
also because of the network and sort of like the way that you think and you break down things, I think it's the best choice you ever did. By
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
doing this stuff, because I've seen people that studied for 10 years or whatever, and they couldn't do half the quality of stuff that you're doing right now.
That's really nice to hear, man.
It's kind of messed up, and that's because people they actually think that if they just do something for long enough, they get to do amazing things. But you actually have to constantly reevaluate and change your tactics and try to look at it from an objective point of view and from the outside. You can't just like, I'm gonna start drawing, then you just draw mindlessly for 10 years and you're like, okay.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta have a scientific mind to do
Yeah,
this type of
you
thing.
gotta
You have
have
to
that
seek out your
type
own
of
knowledge and answers and even questions. You have to seek those out yourself.
you gotta have
There'd
that
be
type of like
problem
inquisitive, like
solvers in
that
this.
type of inquisitive mind that you just like constantly try to find better ways, more interesting ways to express what you want to do and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, you gotta be curious, I guess. I'm not sure how you say
Like
that.
extremely curious and really involved,
Yeah, you
not just
wanna.
in it for the social. Like, oh, I'm an artist. Oh,
That's no fun, man. And you can get lost in it as well. Like I think it's a balance between a lot of things. Like you both have to study, you have to be curious, you have to be knowledgeable about what you're doing. There's it's a mixed bag of stuff that you gotta keep in check and keep a balance on.
And
I'm
also you
not
gotta
saying
be,
I'm the best at it, but
you gotta be like master of your own emotions, man.
Or
Because
I am.
if you get
know
depressed
when
or whatever,
to-
you're like,
or just
Yeah, you're done.
not quit in general, because oh my god, I know people.
Yeah,
who-
overall, don't quit. Yeah.
yeah, don't quit. Don't do that.
Yeah.
man,
People
art is fucking hard, dude. It's hard.
Art, it's a skill set. It's like learning how to ride a goddamn tractor. Believe me,
Yeah,
that's hard.
I be hearing a lot of complaints like from senior artists, you know what I mean? That especially even have a real good position that I know of, you know what I mean? That they're first saying, "Oh, look, I got this. I'm working for this company," and then later on they're complaining. I'm like, what are you complaining about? You know, you work so
Yeah.
hard to get there. If you don't like it, then just go somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What are you doing? How are you gonna complain of something that you're doing that you love? If you don't like working there, you just leave that and go somewhere else. Work somewhere else. Do what you love somewhere else. That's why are you sticking around and making your dream job like not your dream job?
Maybe that was their dream, dude, to get a good company and then complain about it.
That's their dream job, is to complain.
I want to go to Blizzard and start shitting on them.
Yeah, that's my dream.
That's my dream.
That would be cool.
Number 3 and number 6. That's all my dream to do.
I want to get hired just to bitch about it.
Yeah, yeah, I'm lead bitch at fucking Blizzard. So.
I think that's actually a job title.
Just thinking.
Well, like, you don't even work at Blizzard. Why are you complaining? Oh yeah, I'll show you. 10 years later, God, this job sucks.
Well, I think it's maybe because we hold these companies on such a high standard.
I don't, but okay.
Ooh, he just contradicted you in front of everybody.
Yeah. Ooh. You don't have a standard, man. You know that.
Exactly.
Think
No,
Jen,
I mean-
did Jen crash? Jen lost connection.
The demon died? Oh no.
Demon died.
No shit. Why can't we
Lonnie,
Photoshop?
are you there, Lonnie?
I'm here.
Yes.
Lonnie, what do you what's this, dude? Looks like you got a little bit more work in it since last time.
Working on the wings a little bit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What have you been working on lately?
For this Double Lord for Homebrew campaign for 5e Dungeons and Dragons. Goblin I've been working on. Back and forth on.
Dope.
I can't. Got too many projects.
Yeah, I like the wear and tear on those wings. Looks very convincing.
Booleans. What's your Booleans?
Ah.
See?
Yeah. Nice. Look at you.
No one's shit and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Those Booleans.
And Nick, what do we got over here, dude?
I'm still working on.
You just gonna mute yourself while you're talking, dude?
It keeps muting me. I don't know why it keeps muting me, but it's a skeleton. Call him the skeleton of the Red Guard, or that's what someone else called him. So now I'm calling him that.
Nice.
So yeah, so I'm just kind of doing like an action pose in an environment where he's just kind of standing there, stepping out from the forest, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm a skeleton, that's for sure."
This is me.
My life.
Whoa.
Nice, dude. So is this a world you're building, or?
No, this is more of just a concept piece. I'm so like I have a lot of characters that are just drawn, but and I mean I could potentially put this into a world, which I have many worlds, a multitude of worlds,
Universes even.
universes upon universes. But yeah, this guy's more of like a look, I'm gonna slowly creep into environment concept art by peeking in little bits of concept or environment behind him until eventually it just fully engulfs the character to where you won't see the character at all. Maybe just put some eyes in the background. Oh, that's the character. He
Oh.
would have been there.
Nice. I like your theory, your artistic
Yes.
theory. Very sound.
It's kind of funny. I keep imagining that skeleton guy coming out of the forest, be like, "Damn it! What the hell did I drink last night?"
Yeah.
Oh,
But
skeleton.
I had flesh like yesterday.
Worst hangover ever.
Where's my watch? He keeps looking at his wrist. Yep, it's for certain I'm a skeleton now. Now I have to learn how to live my life as a skeleton.
So what do you do? What do you do at Level Dead, brother?
What do I do at Level Dead? Well, mainly it started as a stream where we do gaming, artwork, vlogging, just anything to keep my mind off of the dread of, I want to work somewhere, but I also need to keep sane.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of a coping mechanism, but also time to spend with Kristen and that. Yeah, so it's just a mixture. It was a way of consolidating all of my social media down into one platform. It's Level Dead is a play off of The Living Dead because I watch all those movies. George A. Romero's Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, all that. But yeah, so it's a mixture of that and then gaming. So living, leveling, MMOs, all that stuff. So we play on words around here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's mainly what it is, but it also is my art, like how someone would be, like Cryptcrawler. If you guys have ever seen him, his name's Cryptcrawler on a lot of social media. He does that artwork, but that's not his real name, of course, not on his birth certificate.
Oh, that's not his real name. Oh.
Sorry to break it to you. But
Oh man.
That's a pretty cool name.
Cryptcrawler, yeah.
Crypt crawler. Oh shit! It's almost like crypt walking.
Yeah, I got spreadsheets
Crawler.
of names I'm trying to make up for myself.
Word.
That's cool. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna do a quick mic check. Add.
1, 2.
Let them know who you are, where they can find you, brother. Adrian.
Oh, me?
Yes.
Oh. All right. Well, I am character designer. I do my sketches, my concepts in 2D, then I model them in ZBrush. I texture them in 3D Code. I do technical stuff in Maya as well as rig and animate.
Mm-hmm.
I present them or work with Unreal Engine mostly. I used to do some Unity stuff, but I hated it and I don't want to go back there anymore. Okay.
So where
So
can they
he
find you?
is willing to make a sacrifice for
On
his client.
ArtStation. ArtStation. And you can probably find all the links to my YouTube, Facebook, stuff from there, and my email, I think. So yeah, I do freelance work. Mainly, I'm a character designer, so you know that's what I want to do. That's what I love to do. Um, yeah. So on ArtStation, Adrian M.
Alrighty. And then we have Chris. Let them know who you are, where they can find you, bro.
Well, I my current occupation is a character artist. I do ZBrush. I do the whole character pipeline, high poly, low poly, go down to game character to make sure it be able to be imported to the game into Unreal or any engine you so want to see. But yeah, so find me, like I said, through ArtStation is the best way to get my attention, because I have apps that will allow me just to hit there correctly, or through my Facebook. Through my Facebook, I had Christopher Jones, ArtStation at Christopher Jones, or
Pac-Man
so
King,
yeah,
right? Yep.
Pac-Man King, Waka Waka.
Waka
There you go.
Waka. And Jen, let them know who you are, where they can find you, bro. And you're muted.
Oh, sorry. I'm Jen506. You can find me on ArtStation, Facebook, Instagram, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, and also I do Twitch streams, so if you want to see my process, it's all in there. And yeah, you can contact me for freelance work, for character art, or yeah, or study job, whatever.
Or love.
Or love.
Mostly
whatever you
love.
want.
Mostly. I mean,
And
that's the reason he has a Twitch.
Mostly. And Fred, let them know who you are,
Heyo.
where they can find you, dude.
Frederick Lynn. You can find me on Facebook, Frederick Lynn, or on ArtStation, Fred Lynn's. Yep, that's pretty much it. On LinkedIn as well too. You can find me as Frederick Lynn. If you do connect me on LinkedIn, send me a message. You know, just like send me a link. You know, it'll say hey. It's like interested. You know.
Interested in you.
Yeah, want to find out more.
Yes, take me out dinner first, though. But yeah.
And Hiram, let them know who you are, where they can find you,
Name's
brother.
Hiram. Name's Hiram Topete Diaz. You guys can find me on Highly Top Secret CG art page on Facebook. I currently do a lot of 3D. I actually do 3D models for printing. So if anybody interested in getting a model print out for 3D printing, let me know. I also do for model for games. So hit me up.
And then we have John Riley.
What up?
Let them know who you
Silent
are, where they can find you, brother.
I text you model stuff. You can find me on ArtStation, Oblique.
And then we got Leo. Let them know what you do, who you are, where they can find you.
I'm Leo, concept artist, illustrator, 3D modeler, and sculptor. I can be found at artstation.com/artist/LeoJR, or in Facebook, Twitter, and Patreon under Thunderstorm Art.
There you go. And Lonnie, who the hell are you and where can I find you, bro?
The problem is you don't.
I'm Lonnie Sargent, man. I'm the one and only.
Staff Sergeant.
Find me in ArtStation Fiction. You can find me on Facebook. I'm over on ZBrush Central as well. My handle over there is Mintat7. Over the past 15 plus years, since version 1.23b. I'm a concept artist. I specialize in monsters, creatures, demons, devils, horror, science fiction. Yeah, it's not much of a specialty. It's kind of broad range, but do everything from start to scratch, man.
Yeah, specialize in creatures, humans, dogs, cats, animals, environments.
Watch trees.
I specialize in animals.
But yeah,
You
but
specialize in 3D printing. Damn, bro, you're everywhere.
but yeah, Lonnie is
You gonna take my
definitely
job, man?
Lonnie is definitely your creaturepreneur. If you need one, he's got your
Yeah,
job.
Lonnie is definitely his job. All right.
Yeah. And then we have Nick. Let them know who you are, where they can find you.
Yep, my name is Nick Callow. I go by Level Dead, LVL Dead, on all social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. My website is my first initial last name, ncallow.com. You can find me streaming, doing artwork, playing games, all that stuff.
Like good stuff. And my name is Spicer McLeroy. You can find me anywhere under Shotgun Scream. I do invite all of you to come to ZBrush Hangout and join the page. We have lots of good info over there. We also have the ZB Ho Club, which I also suggest you join. That's where we post all of our work, all of our time lapses, all that stuff. Great place to network. And if you want to join the greatest ZBrush Hangout in the world, here is a link in the chat. We're going to be there in about 10 minutes. So if you want to join...
After party.
It's the after party. So if you want to hang out with everybody from the panel, start networking, and if you have any questions, we're definitely here for you. But we definitely want to thank you for watching. If you've had fun, if you had a laugh, if you learned anything, give it a like, give it a share. We would all greatly appreciate it.
Because he's not
paying us. And everybody, have a good night.
Good night,
You know the likes and shares and follows pay the bills, guys. So
hit that like, hit that subscribe.
Do
But
that.
I don't know if we're doing this live. Are we doing this on YouTube?
Oh, we're doing it everywhere, dude. But we are
All
going...
right, hit that subscribe. Hit that,
YouTube,
give us those bits. You know how it is.
And
We
we
need
thank
the
you for
money.
watching, and definitely watch us again next week. We're going to have a special guest, and you will definitely love who is going to be on. So everybody say good night, YouTube. And
YouTube.
YouTube.
You guys.